Good afternoon. It is great to be here with you. My wife and I are here for a year already in Memphis, and we love it. I'm Dan Vanderbilt with YieldStart. We are commercializing a bio-based super absorbent polymer that is a new product for the seed coating company. A little bit of a mouthful. A polymer is a type of seed coating. Seeds are coated for the purpose of helping farmers when it comes to planting efficiency, when it comes to germination of seeds, and also with the purpose of attaching fungicides, herbicides, and other products and inputs onto the seed itself. Seed coating technologies, as a general rule, are constantly evolving. And that produces challenges of how do we deal with yield, increasing it, and how do we increase health of crops. One of those challenges that is very prevalent nowadays is how do we deal with the next generation of inputs, the biologics. Biological is very important because they're living organisms that can help with plant disease when it comes to dealing with unwanted insects and just general growth of plants. They're living organisms, and that's what makes it unique. Nature helping nature. The problem is that living organisms need to go through a supply chain. That supply chain requires an environment in which they can live, if not thrive, from the point that they've been placed on the seed itself to the time that they are actually put into the ground. And that then can take actually weeks, if not months, for that to happen. The reality is there are hundreds of biologics that are available in R&D labs that are ready to be helping the crops, but there are only a few strains that are actually strong enough to be able to take that ride. The problem is big enough that there's going to be $8 billion that is going to be forecasted to be spent in the biologics world by the year 2022. And a portion of that for sure is going to be used when it comes to dealing with how do we get the biologics from the lab to the field. An illustration, it would be like having $8 billion of demand for vehicles and cars and having no roads. That's why we created YieldStart. YieldStart is one of those roads, freeways from the lab to the field. We are here to help the seed companies serve the farmer better. We have a proprietary starch-based polymer that is actually a great host for biologics. It can feed off of the compounds that are produced in it. The reality is these organisms need to live and can't dry up, and so the hydrophilic parts of the polymer is actually a great trait to have. The other issue is that when the polymer degrades, it doesn't disintegrate into acrylic acids or unwanted sodiums. The way we're going to go to market is actually quite simple. We're going to develop partnerships with seed companies and with input providers and allow them or give the opportunity for them to move with us through the developmental stages, the testing. And as we progress and as our polymer is proven to be the great host that it is for their biologics, we anticipate those partnerships to turn into ventures commercially. Now, is there a market? Of course there's a market. It's a huge market. If our polymer was only around 2% of corn crop, we would have over $130 million that would be available to us. And that is just scratching the surface, folks. There is so much more than that available when it comes to the acreage out there. It's a lot more than just the product, and I think all of us are aware of that, and that requires a great team. And we do have a team that has a lot of years of experience in agriculture. We have an advisory board that has the expertise and the experience to be able to see this project and product move forward through their stages. What we've done to this point is we've accessed the technology and the IP from a great strategic technical partner out of North Carolina called Tethys. We've already seen that this polymer is used in other industries with great success, And we're finding ourselves already at the stage of being able to develop a partnership with another strategic company that is willing and wanting to test our polymer with their already commercially available biologics. We're thrilled. There is $150,000 that we are seeking as to just research funding to be able to get us to the next step. We want to see our testing scaled up in the fields, and we want to bring on a couple new partners as to developing this through the next stage. This is a great, great opportunity. Love to interact with you afterwards, and thank you so much for the time that you've given us. Have a great day.